few people who volunteered for the Navy. I mean,
From Shell.
from Shell.
From Shell.
Shell gave me leave of absence. Shell paid the difference between my Shell salary and what the Navy would pay me. So every time I got a promotion in the Navy, Shell paid me less. Didn't help me.
In those days, I guess salary like $1,000, $2,000 in the 30s, 40s.
When I started with Shell, I was offered $200 a month. That's my starting salary. In 6 months, I got up to $275. Unusual. $75 over $275 over 200 in 5-6 months.
That was unheard of.
It was a tremendous raise. I'm talking now 1936.
Right.
When I left when I started with the Navy in 1939, 1940, I was earning a lot more than 2,000. I was earning 6,000 or plus. Very highly paid. I mean,
By the comparison of the...
the comparison, they never stinted on my pay. I always got good pay compared to my peers.
Yeah. So you went to the Navy, you volunteered for that?
I was crazy to volunteer. I volunteered because Terman wrote me a letter, said the Navy needed electronics people, physicists, and would you accept a commission? So I did. I was a Lieutenant JG. Lieutenant JG in the Navy, equivalent to First Lieutenant in the Army. So they sent me to Bowdoin College for a few months for training, initiation, then to MIT for further. Then I was sent to, I was silly enough to ask to go to submarines. They said, hell no, PhDs don't go to submarines. They sent me to the 1st Naval District training as a teacher. And developer, working with instruments. I ended up as an officer in charge of NTS Electronics and NTS LORAN. And that's where I learned my radio positioning. LORAN, DECA, so on, which the Navy had been playing with as a lieutenant commander. Electronics had 2 divisions. Radar and other electronic divisions was one, and LORAN, that's radio location, was another, and I was in charge of both for the 1st Naval District, not for the whole Navy, for the 1st Naval District out of Boston. Radar was fundamental. I mean, most of the students that came to electronics were radar people. SF, SG, which came in handy later when I went back to Shell. At the end of the war, before I went back to Shell, I went to the Naval Research Laboratories for about, almost a year, where I was in charge of airborne radio division, which included radar and other things for aircraft, naval aircraft.